As an administrator, you'll no doubt want to ensure that you have good letter communication set up for matters of well-being. It's easy for someone to say, "We should send a letter home," so you want the process for actually doing that to be just as easy. When you look at letters in Wellbeing Setup for the first time, or even if you're refreshing your memory, you might not immediately see how this all fits together. In this video, we're going to take a broad look at these three menu items here. As I click through them, there's nothing here that would indicate how to actually generate a letter. I mention that because no doubt you're thinking about how that might happen. A key thing to remember is that letters in Wellbeing are generated from incidents. Let's take a quick look. Navigate back to Wellbeing. Let's say we know an incident has occurred and we'd like to send a letter about it. Search for the student that relates to the incident. We can search for the incident by type on the left, or alternatively, we can search for the most recent incidents which are listed down here on the right. Let's choose this one. The incident details become visible, and we can review the details. We could even edit them if there was new information. But it's this button that we're most interested in, Print Letters. This is where the letter is generated. I'm showing you this because when you click on that button, you'll see a list that looks quite similar to the Manage Letters page back in Wellbeing Setup. Take a look at this. These groups shown in bold here are the same letter groups that are shown under the Manage Letters page in Wellbeing Setup. It's worth pausing here to make that connection. Notice that these letter groups are not listed alphabetically, but you can move them around by dragging them with the hamburger icon. Back in the user environment, you can use this quick preview area to get an idea of what your letter will look like. Notice that some are set up as PDF letters, whereas some are intended for HTML format, where you can easily place the contents into an email. Let's say we wanted to commend this student for some excellent work. Let's take a look at the templates for impressive commitment. You can scroll through and see if that's what you're after. I'll choose the PDF version and click Print. This gives me a preview of what it will look like with all the relevant details included. Notice how it's automatically added the relevant details for the student and parent names and the issuing teacher. In separate videos, we'll also look at how this content is set up through the use of components, where various pieces of information are drawn from, and how to change the appearance of the letter. Going back to Setup, there's one other menu item to quickly take note of. That's the letter repository. If the thought of completely starting from scratch is rather daunting, or even if you've made a start and you're looking for a pre-made template or some inspiration, you can take a look at the letter repository. Here you can choose to import pre-made templates and even upload templates that you've created. So you can see that having a quick look at how letters are generated, like we just did, will help you better understand how these three menu items are connected. This will help you get the most out of letters for well-being.